HSA Home Warranty. This is Takuma, your, as you put it, valued home warranty customer. My apologies for not getting back to you sooner. My obligations at work have been considerable as of late, requiring me to work extra hours and leaving me with no personal time of my own to spare responding to emails. While it is not a favorable position to be in, I must see to it that my responsibilities are taken care of, and so in a timely fashion, even if that means some small inconvenience on my part. I owe it to this little thing called integrity, something your company seems to be woefully underinvested in. Now that I've set the tone for this email, let us press on. I would first like to point out that I am ruefully amused you felt it necessary to begin sending me multiple email communications within a single 24-hour period. It is like a pale reflection of a single facet of the frustration HSA Home Warranty has seen fit to make me suffer. To touch on another facet, the actions of those under your company's employ have ensured to convince me that I am anything but valued. I would categorize it as merely the latest fabrication in a long list of lies I have been told over the past 63 days and counting. That's right. This fiasco of yours has reduced me to having to meticulously recall and document every possible detail of my every interaction related to the original service request I entered on November 7th of 2018, which is yet to come to a full conclusion. While I imagine you may have already been brought up to speed on what has transpired over the past 2 months plus, I am nothing if not thorough. As such, I would like to include, for your benefit, the complete record I have compiled of my experience, recent, as of Thursday, January 3rd. Wednesday, November 7th. Days since service request, 0. A few days after my housewarming party. Having earlier in the week determined that my fridge was taking too long to cool and wasn't maintaining a constant safe temperature even when running full blast, I submit a service request via the HSA website and opt to pay the $100 service fee immediately rather than after the technician has arrived. The drum of my dryer has also stopped turning, so I include it in the list of items to be checked. Either Friday, November 9th or Saturday, November 10th. Days since service request, 2 to 3. The contractor arrives at my house. As I suspected, the dryer belt had simply broken, which is immediately replaced. After describing the behavior I have observed with the fridge, the contractor begins pulling the fridge away from the wall. Seeing that something appeared to be leaking, the contractor remarks that he is going to recommend that the fridge be replaced, as it would be more cost-effective than trying to repair such an old appliance. Saturday, November 17th. Days since service request, 10. Having gone a week now without any form of correspondence related to my service request, I try unsuccessfully throughout the day to reach out and receive a status update. Both the phone system as well as online forms of contact are reportedly down. Sunday, November 18th, 11:03 a.m. Days since service request, 11. Call length, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 15 seconds. I try to make contact again, and the phones now seem to be working. After spending over an hour on hold, I finally speak to a person. I cannot at this point remember exactly what I was told was the status of my request, but it sounded as though it was in limbo. I am told, in no uncertain terms, that the person I was speaking to would have their supervisor call me the following morning to get the matter resolved. Monday, November 19th, 5:21 p.m. Days since service request, 12. Call length, 50 minutes, 42 seconds. Having not received the call I was promised earlier in the day, I call again to check on status. After about half of an hour on hold, I reach somebody. This individual seemed, put candidly, incapable of handling the call. After reviewing my case, he informed me that the fridge needed a new belt, and that he would order one. I struggled to get him to understand that he was not correctly discerning the nature of the situation. I no longer remember the resolution of the conversation, but based on my experience, I was not filled with confidence at the time. Wednesday, November 21st, 4:39 p.m. Days since service request, 14. Call length, 29 minutes, 50 seconds. Having not received any correspondence the previous day related to my service request, I call again for a status update. I do not have to wait on hold for long, if at all this time. The person I speak to informs me that my fridge has not yet been approved for replacement. I am told that, in order for my case to go to option for replacement, HSA requires a cost estimation from the contractor they sent for the service call. When I inquired as to why the request for an estimate had not yet been sent to the contractor, now a week and a half after the contractor was at my home, the person I was speaking with was unable to tell me. Now being the day before Thanksgiving, any hope of having a working fridge for the holiday is long since gone. Monday, November 26th, 7:26 p.m. Days since service request, 19. Call length, 1 minute, 14 seconds. I call again, wanting a status update, but not being in the mood for the estimated wait time of over an hour, I hang up. Tuesday, November 27th, 5:42 p.m. Days since service request, 20. Days since refund promised, 0. Call length, 1 hour, 45 minutes, 53 seconds. It has now been nearly a week since Thanksgiving. Any hopes of being able to get a new refrigerator on sale during the Black Friday/Cyber Monday weekend have died. Now thoroughly frustrated with my situation and the experience with HSA Home Warranty thus far, I call again. After over an hour on hold, I forgo asking for a status update and instead request compensation. I am transferred to an escalation person. She tells me that I will be refunded the $100 service call fee and that it will be via the original payment method, my credit card. I am told this will take up to 20 days to process. She also says she will see to it that I am updated on whether my fridge will be repaired or go to option the following day. Wednesday, November 28th. Days since service request, 21. Days since refund promised, 1. Call length, 16 minutes, 41 seconds. I miss a call at 12:22 p.m. while I am working. I check my voicemail messages at 12:34 p.m. and am told by the escalation person I had spoke with the previous night that my case has been sent to option, and that I will receive a call later that day from somebody else to start that process. I receive a call at 6:18 p.m. Over the course of 16 minutes 41 seconds, I am asked for measurements and details about my current refrigerator so that a best match can be determined. I receive an email linking me to an online portal where I can choose from the options that HSA Home Warranty offers for replacement. I find the options offered undesirable and ill-reviewed, so I opt for finding my own replacement and taking the reimbursement. I am at least grateful that the ball is now in my court. Wednesday, December 12th. Days since service request, 35. Days since refund promised, 15. Finding a fridge that meets my needs at a price that works proves difficult, largely due to the fact that everything had been largely picked over and stock was low following the Black Friday/Cyber Monday sales. Knowing I have a deadline for ordering a replacement fridge, I purchase a fridge that is roughly a couple $100 over the reimbursement limit I was given. I attempt to send in the receipt/invoice that night, but run into a problem with my scanner not working. Thursday, December 13th, 6:39 p.m. Days since service request, 36. Days since refund promised, 16. Having suffered a terrible ordeal dealing with HP customer support, the scanner is finally working, and I send in the scanned copy of the invoice and receipt for the fridge. Saturday, December 15th. Days since service request, 38. Days since refund promised, 18. The old refrigerator is removed and the new one is delivered. This is an all-day ordeal that is a nightmare story in and of itself, but I finally have a working fridge after more than a month of constant frustration and repeatedly hounding HSA Home Warranty to get the matter resolved. Unfortunately, I also take note that a refund for the service fee has not showed up on my credit card nor in any other form. I call for a status update, but after hearing the usual extensive wait time estimate, I hang up. Monday, December 17th, 9:35 p.m. Days since service request, 40. Days since refund promised, 20. Call length, 35 minutes, 6 seconds. Having now reached the 20-day mark since the refund was promised, I call yet again for a status update. The person I speak to sees that there's documentation stating I am to receive a refund for my trouble, but that it hasn't been processed. She tells me she will look into it and see that it is taken care of. somewhere between Wednesday, December 26th and Saturday, December 29th. Days since service request, 49 to 52. Days since refund promised, 29 to 32. Somewhere in this window, I received the reimbursement check for the refrigerator, postmarked December 24th. I am shocked and dumbfounded that I didn't have to call HSA Home Warranty and badger somebody before it was sent. Thursday, January 3rd, 8:58 p.m. Days since service request, 57. Days since refund promised, 37. Call length, 45 minutes, 6 seconds. I still have not received a refund for the service fee in any form. I make yet another call to HSA Home Warranty to get a status update on the refund. I wait on hold for a little over 30 minutes. The person I speak to sees the same documentation saying that I am owed a refund. She tells me that she sees a note for a credit, for the full amount, with the same dispatch number as the charge. She adds that the credit is suspiciously missing any details, such as a check number, that would indicate how the reimbursement was sent. She mentions a date for when that credit allegedly took place. The date sounds like it's before I was even promised a refund, but I cannot remember for sure off the top of my head, so I don't contest it. I do remark that I was told the refund would go to my card, not be mailed as a check, but that I haven't received either regardless. I am then told that the escalation person who had originally said I would be refunded had already left for the day, and that there was nobody left to escalate this matter to. Following the call, I spend approximately 2 hours digging through receipts, emails, phone call records, and etc., and then writing this all down as this record. Total time spent on phone just with HSA Home Warranty to date, 6 hours. Fridge, resolved. Refund, unresolved. As should be painfully obvious at this point, this catastrophe left the unacceptable benchmark a long time ago, and the meager offering of a refund for the service fee doesn't come close to compensating. I would like to put particular emphasis on the fact that I have spent 6 hours just on the phone attempting to get this matter resolved. It would have been better for me to not bother asking for compensation, and instead spending those 6 hours putting in extra time at work. It would have been more profitable than the refund will be at this point, and that's not even accounting for an overtime wage. I would further argue that HSA Home Warranty has easily cost me in excess of that, owed to the simple fact that the delays of incompetence resulted in me having to spend more on a refrigerator than I would have had my case gone to option within a reasonable time to begin with. I would argue it, but if this experience has taught me anything, it's that getting anything through to HSA Home Warranty is an exercise in futility. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If that is true, then I belong in an asylum. But then, this all assumes that I'm ever going to get the refund. At this point, if I ever actually did, I'd likely die of shock. You can swear up and down until the end of days that I'll get it, but every promise that has been made to me by somebody at HSA Home Warranty has been broken. I have literally lost all hope in this matter. The refund hasn't been worth all of this for a long time now. I am just so tired of fighting for this. The stress, the frustration, the emotional exhaustion has to stop. I'm done. I've given up. I have to let this go for my own well-being. Now I know this probably sounds like I'm taking it all out on the 2 original recipients of this letter. I don't mean for it to come off this way. I fully acknowledge that those 2 people are likely not personally responsible for anything I have suffered through thus far. But then, history has taught me that anyone I do interact with in this matter proceeds to ultimately accomplish little to nothing and become a part of the problem anyway. Why should either of these two break the status quo? To those two recipients, your most recent message said that you were checking to see if I have questions on the email I was sent the previous day. The answer is no. I'm through. I've resigned myself to the fact that I'll likely go down in HSA history as that guy we totally screwed over, as we managed to drag his suffering out over several months while never making a real heartfelt attempt to make any of it right with him. Or, more likely, I'll just be forgotten by you, as I always have. Regretfully, and with the best of luck to your other customers, Takuma.